Yes, my people, before I continue, in all my videos, I do talk about being like saying the truth. Saying the truth that no matter what you do in the future, in your past, it's gonna come back to you. It's the law of karma. It goes around. Whatever goes around comes around. So that is exactly what is affecting Bola Ahmed Tinubu now, because in everything is not for what he has done in the past. Is not qualified to be in that position. Is not qualified to be a president of any country for what he has done in the past. And it's not that past that is not haunting him now. I want you to stay connected to the end of this show, so you go see in this video analysis how the past of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is haunting him, and it's going to haunt him down till he brings him down. My people, I'll be back. See you soon.
Welcome to LAJUPOG TV show.
The home of crime scene.
It's happening in the street again.
The center of political news, celebrity gossip, religious gossip, and happiness in the society.
Join us, the voice of Africa.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV show. If you are new to this show, don't forget to click the subscribe button, the like button, the bell beside it, and also plan to drop a comment in the comment section so that YouTube will notify you anytime we drop any other video into the channel. Yes my people, before I play this video for you, I just want to say something. My question is that with all this record that we have seen of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of him in the past, why will he decide to come now and say that he wants to become the president of Nigeria? He's not doing it just for his own purposes. He's doing it for his own purposes. That's what I believe that he's trying to do now. Because with all these records of bad things that you have been doing, of corrupt things that you have been doing, someone said it, that if you type corrupt leaders on Google, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will come out. If you type thief on Google, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will come out. If you type drug dealers on Google, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will come out. After everything, and you're not coming back and you're saying you want to rule the people, you want to rule Nigerians. Are they so dumb that they don't understand what is going on? People, I want to stay connected to the end of the show so you can go see the analysis of how Bola Ahmed Tinubu, how his past is going to haunt him. Because I'm very sure he's going to haunt him to the point that he's going to bring him down and he's going to take him to jail. I'll be back. See you soon.
And Obi'S lawyers have replied to the final written address of Tinubu's lawyers. Their reply is a 42-page document, so it's going to take more than one video for me to succinctly summarize that reply for you. But in this video, I'll be showing you how Obi'S lawyers totally destroyed the argument that was made by Tinubu's lawyers to defend Tinubu's drug case. Now, let's get to it. One of the biggest issues raised against Tinubu in Obi'S petition is the case of forfeiture of $460,000 drug money that was found in Tinubu's account while he was in the USA. And the United States District Court, Northern District, Illinois, Eastern Division, ordered Tinubu to forfeit the money, and he forfeited the money. Now, according to the Nigerian Constitution, precisely section 137 subsection 1D, a person shall not be qualified for election into the office of the president if he is under a sentence of imprisonment or fine for any offense or fraud, or for any other offense imposed on him by any court or tribunal. Now, if you heard me well, the Constitution said if the person is under a sentence of imprisonment or fine, he is not qualified to be elected into the office of the president. So when Obi and his legal team saw imprisonment or fine. They quickly included it in their petition that Tinubu is not qualified to contest because he once forfeited $460,000 back in the US. And when the hearing began, Obi's legal team tendered the document of the $460,000 forfeiture by Tinubu as evidence, and the tribunal accepted it. Now, Tinubu's lawyer looked up, they looked down. They looked left, they looked right. How do we go about this matter? The document of the forfeiture has been submitted to the tribunal. Even the only witness that Tinubu presented in court ended up confirming that there was a forfeiture. That senator. What are we going to do? Tinubu's lawyers asked. They now decided to come up with a very silly argument. They said, it was a forfeiture, that it was not a fine, that it was not as if he paid a fine for an offense, that it was a forfeiture, not a fine, that he willingly gave up the money, he was not fined, that it was a civil forfeiture, not a criminal forfeiture or a fine. So as I stand now, I'll just go to court and go and forfeit my money. Nothing happened, no allegation against me. I'll just go to court and forfeit my money. Is that possible? Then Obi's lawyers now destroyed that silly argument in their final address. Look at how they did it. They wrote, "Respectfully, my noble lords, the cardinal question is whether a civil forfeiture under the US law can be equated to a fine under the Nigerian law. According to settled case law in the United States and according to legal literature, the answer is yes. A forfeiture is the same as a fine." Then they used a well-known US case as an example. In the well-known case of Austin versus the United States in 1993, the US Supreme Court unanimously held that civil forfeiture ordered in an in rem civil action is a fine and is a punishment whether criminal conviction is involved or not. The court relied on several authorities and held, among other things, that forfeit is the word that Congress used for fine. Now, let me remind you again that the only argument that Tinubu's lawyers have been able to come up with in this drug case matter is that forfeiture is different from fine. Because if it is established that forfeiture and fine are the same, then section 137 subsection 1D disqualifies Tinubu from being able to contest for the office of the president. So that is their argument. But you can equally see how far Obi's lawyers have gone to defeat that argument. Obi's lawyers have been able to prove that forfeiture is the same as fine. They cited a popular case in the US, the case between Austin and the US, where the US Supreme Court called forfeiture a crime. They pointed out that forfeiture is the word that the US Congress uses for the word fine. Then Obi's lawyers proceeded to use the legal literature to prove that forfeiture and fine are the same thing. They said dictionaries of the time confirmed that fine was understood to include forfeiture and vice versa. Look at some of the examples they gave. The IT Sheridan, a general dictionary of English language, 1780, unpaginated, gave 5 definitions of fine. Number 1, he said a fine is a most. Number 2, he said a fine is a pecuniary punishment. Number 3, he said a fine is a penalty. Then number 4, he said a fine is a forfeiture. He called fine forfeiture. Then the Sopra dictionary gave 3 definitions of forfeiture. Number 1, he said a forfeiture is the act of forfeiting. Number 2, he said a forfeiture is a most. Then number 3, he said a forfeiture is a fine. So the Sopra dictionary called forfeiture a fine, and the IT Sheridan dictionary called a fine a forfeiture. Vice versa. Then the J. Casey, a new dictionary, 1702, defined forfeits as fine or penalty. Have you now seen that these 2 words, according to renowned dictionaries, can be used interchangeably? Have you now seen that the argument put forth by Tinubu's lawyers does not hold water? So Tinubu forfeiting $460,000, which was proceeds of drug, means he paid a fine of $460,000 to that district court. And according to section 137 subsection 1D of the 1999 constitution, that invalidates him. That means he was not qualified to contest in the first place. Now, while I admit that these issues are matters of the law and the final verdict rests with the court, some of them are so blatant, and we believe that if the judiciary go use their church mind, this can only go one way. And in other news, the crisis in the APC continues to deepen. Now there is a Yoruba version of the party and a Hausa Fulani version of the party. Remember, it was a CPC, a Hausa Fulani party, and the ACN, the Yoruba party, that joined together to form the APC. Now it be like say the glue or the gum where they take join them, it don't they give way. Because every day now quarrel. Me I like am like that. May them continue to the quarrel so that judiciary go get the opportunity and the freedom to fit do wetin dem suppose do. When the tribunal hit them with their verdict, the shock go make them pafuka, they no go fit recover. But
yes, my people, thanks for staying connected at the very end of this video. You know, I said it in one of my previous videos that you have been forfeited as a drug dealer. Like, you have not in your home country, in another man's country, and you paid a huge sum of money to find yourself, and you were banned away from that country, and you're not coming to your own country to come and say that you want to become the president of that country. It is against the law. In the first place, Bola Tinubu does not have any right. Does not have any right close to the presidential to be a president of Nigeria. But you know, as per se, Nigeria will always continue to be Nigeria. You have that opportunity to be there, and you are doing it in a wrong way, and you still continue to push it in that wrong way. When see, this man is so dumb that I don't just understand. You know that what you are doing is wrong, and you still continue to do it. If this man is not put down, I know that this judiciary, I know that they are going to do something right. If they did not sack him, it means say something else done dey inside. I want to see wetin dey happen like this. It don't dey serious, very very serious, because APC, all of them like this, they don't dey scatter. They don't even scatter finish. The former chairman like this, we don't know the reason why he resigned. He just resigns. Don't say they do again. Everything just scatter for APC camp. People always stay connected to the LAJUPOG TV show for more entertaining news about what is going on in Nigeria, because this country now is the most funniest country in the world. And people, stay connected. And if you have not clicked the subscribe button, click the subscribe button, the like button, the bell beside it, and also drop your comment in the comment section about this matter, and we're going to reply you. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. See you in my next video. Have a nice day.
Thank you for staying connected at LAJUPOG TV show. Leave the messenger for you, bless you and impact you. So all we do on this channel is to bring to you prophetic words from men of God in America and outside America, from the pausing of Judy Green and Christmas to the dancing of Bullock and Clement and all of that. So we'll fill you with that words from them, and also their prophetic words. And guess what? Many of these prophecies are really coming through. So just ensure you subscribe to this channel just to get more of the prophecy in pure time. Guess what? See you in my next video.